This is going to be a lot of fun. What is up, you guys? This is Jared, and you are watching Backroad Exploration. Right now, I am in Snowville, Utah, which is on kind of the north end of Utah, right before you head into Idaho. And I'm meeting up with a bunch of friends from Expedition Utah for the 2020 Freeze Your Tail Off event. Basically what this is a bunch of us meet up, and this is my first time going, but I've seen what they've done in the past. It's really cool. There's these really cool sun tunnels. It's an art installation out in the West Desert where basically in the winter, the way that the sun comes up and down goes in between these tunnels. I'll try to get some footage of it depending on how good the view is. But basically what it is it's this cool art installation, so it only lines up perfectly where the sun's coming through these different tunnels at the right time during the winter. So we are out here. We're going to be doing a bunch of exploring in Utah's West Desert, and then we're going to be camping out near the sun tunnels tonight and doing some more exploring tomorrow. So this is going to be a little bit different. I'm not in charge of this event whatsoever, and so I'm going to try to film as much as I can, but I don't really want to be holding people up with me filming and different things like that. So I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can, show off some cool rigs, and hopefully just have a really cool time with some excellent people. So let's go meet a few of them. Check out some of these awesome rigs. Sweet LJ, awesome Tacoma there. Got Jay's FJ, he's been on a couple trips with me. Got James's Durango. He's made a few upgrades. He's added a locker to the rear. He's put in a couple inch lift on it. Thing's looking great. Yeah, Emmy's FJ. And then a bunch of awesome people that I have never met yet.
I got a bunch of stuff in here I'm anxious to get rid of that are prizes for tonight. So, what else? The lake grip's gonna be coming in. They're meeting in Wendover.
We've got a really cool group of people, excited to get to meet everyone a little bit more. I got a couple of cool shots. There are some awesome rigs here. There's an amazing import Land Cruiser that showed up towards the end. I haven't got any footage of it, but I'm hoping to get a little bit of it. But we are going to be on the pavement, I think they said, for about 20 or so miles. And then we are going to be out in Utah's West Desert for the rest of the day doing some really cool exploring. So hoping to grab a couple of shots of people's vehicles, things like that. Should be a really good day out on the trail. Old homesteads, that is so cool. Look at these beautiful mountains in front of me. This is going to be really cool. We're headed towards City of Rocks. I don't know anything about it other than that's where we're headed, but looking forward to learning a lot more. Heard that it's really cool. So see the clouds just hanging up over the mountains. It's about 30 degrees out right now. Perfect. So where we are at right now is part of the original California Trail that people would take to come across the West. Really cool. Some signatures on these rocks. People, immigrants coming across. That's amazing. Look at this Land Cruiser, built by Maltec. Incredible. had a really nice little stop at the City of Rocks. Really beautiful. I'm definitely going to be coming back so I can spend a little bit more time there with the family. Right now we're going about 1 mile an hour. We are stuck behind a little roadblock of cows that are headed down the mountain, and we will see. They are moving really slow. Must be coming off from their grazing, heading into corrals and stuff, but we're hoping we can pass those up here in just a minute. We are currently kind of bobbing and weaving our way towards the Three Corners area. This is basically where Utah, Nevada, and Idaho, their corners all collide. And this has been a really cool 2-track trail. We haven't seen another vehicle. I think coming in the winter like this is probably the best time of year to come. It is a little bit dusty right now, which makes me think that in the summer it's probably crazy dusty. So there's been some little streams and creeks and things like that, mostly frozen over, but just bobbing and weaving our way through these mountains and foothills. Really, really beautiful. I love seeing all these vistas that we've seen. Snow-capped out in front of us. Really beautiful.
I did bust my window.
Are we in different states right now? Or is that different states? Is that the exact...
Three Corners Monument right here. After a brief stop at the monument where we took some pictures and chatted, we were back on the trail, anxious to get to camp before dark. I didn't record any of the evening's activities because I wanted to just sit around the campfire and focus on great conversations with excellent people. It was a really fun night. We had the opportunity to judge some Christmas lights where individuals decorated their vehicles, and some awesome prizes were awarded from some vendors who were supporting this adventure. Saturday morning, everyone is just packing up their rigs. We're going to hit the trail in about 30 minutes. Last night was so much fun. We pulled in around 6 and everyone kind of made dinner, and afterwards we dug a long fire trench so we could put a fire on a long trench length so everyone could kind of stand on one side of it and keep warm. And it was just great. I met a lot of really cool new people. I'm so impressed with the people who are in this group. They're all so interesting and just fun and enjoyable. Great conversations last night around the campfire, reconnecting with old friends as well. That was really good. Unfortunately, this morning, the way that the clouds were, they were blocking the sun when they're supposed to come point right through the sun tunnels. I set up the camera and everything, and it's still really beautiful, but unfortunately we didn't have that perfect lineup. Technically, winter solstice is still like a week and a half away, but for the next, basically kind of like a couple week window, the right time, you can at least get it peering through in some fashion. But unfortunately, Mother Nature did not cooperate. But we have some exploring that we're going to be doing today through the desert. Really looking forward to it. So let's get going. Making our way up, we're going to try to cut our way through this mountain range. And do some exploring on the other side, and then we're going to make our way back over it further down. So looking forward to maybe seeing a little bit of snow. I'm listening to you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so Eric, you're just going super slow. Just crawl this slow. Don't let tension down. We're just going to keep the weight tight watch and get over.
Not far up the mountain, we ran into a little bit of trouble. This area right here is where a natural spring is, and the spring water had gone over the trail and completely frozen over the entire trail. The first vehicle, aided by a little skiff of snow from the night before, was able to get across no problem. However, this 4Runner was second in line and was driving across and literally went completely down the hill sideways with no traction whatsoever. Luckily, I was right behind them and was able to position the Jeep in a way that we could winch them up over the ice.
there, I think we can unhook you. You can just gently work this way down. You're there, man. Keep it hard passenger. Just chase Shane right on out, man. You're on good ground now. Holy ice skating rink. Crazy. Okay, everyone get out of the way, man. I don't trust him when it's dry.
I would point right at me, honestly.
Stay up, Ryan. See if you can't grab walk it. I'd stay high, point it high.
I'm gonna line back up here a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And he straight up just went. He was on it and went sideways, and then he spun around at the very end. It was straight up. The vehicle just was going the opposite direction.
When you're on the winch, you want to touch gas and road traction, dude, and shut sideways.
There we go.
Yeah. Like, wow. Good little drift.
After a successful recovery, we opted to go back down the hill and find another trail that would lead up over this mountain range. Because we couldn't make it over that other spot, we went west a little ways, and now we're going up another canyon that we're hoping will lead us up and over this mountain pass. We have some people who are not locked, and we had a couple people go forward and check, and since none of us have been on this trail, we don't even know if you can make it over. And trying to risk getting people up there isn't worth it. After hitting yet another extremely steep section, and in an abundance of caution, we opted to head back down the mountain towards flatter, safer ground. Just jumped back onto a paved road. You can't tell because it's covered in snow, but making our way over towards Wendover. The original plan was to eat some lunch and then fill up in Wendover later, but we're getting there a little bit later than we thought, so I'm not sure if we're going to be peeling off towards home after that or if we're going to be out on the trail a little bit longer. These mountains are all areas I have never explored, and I'm definitely going to be back because there are so many cool little passes that I've seen. There's a bunch of springs, tons of mining that's taken place in the area. Absolutely incredible. All right, so now we're making our way out into the West Desert towards the Pony Express Trail. We just left Wendover. Now our group is just 4. People have kind of been peeling off to head back towards home. I need to go south anyways, so if I can take non-paved roads south, that sounds great to me. And Pony Express Trail drops off at the area that I'll be at just outside of Lehi, Utah, which is like the next town over from my house. So headed out into the West Desert. I think we have 4 or 5 hours of driving. It's about 1:40, so we'll be doing a little bit in the dark, but it should be a lot of fun. Cutting through the West Desert, we stopped at an old mining town called Gold Hill to take a few pictures and briefly look around. With the sun setting and over 100 miles to go, we quickly moved on. This trip was so much fun and has me already planning future exploration in the area. I can't thank my friends from Expedition Utah enough for putting on this event. If you're looking for a group of adventure-focused friends, please sign up for the forum. It's an awesome resource for anyone interested in exploring Utah. If you enjoyed this adventure, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to follow me on the day-to-day, you can do so on Instagram at BackroadExploration. Thanks for watching.